Well, breaking news this morning, the Chief of State Protocol has just been suspended. That move follows a preliminary probe into the Waterkloof Air Force Base saga. That's what we're talking about this morning. According to the Department of International Relations, the action has been taken. The department says those found to have flouted any policies, rules or laws will be dealt with accordingly. Well, let's hear it from International Relations themselves. I'm joined on the line by Spokesperson Clayson Monyela. Mr. Monyela, good morning to you. Thank you for talking to us on such short notice. Can you confirm the suspension and who was suspended?
Well, good morning. In the past 24 hours, the Department of International Relations has been assessing the circumstances around the travel arrangements of a visiting foreign delegation that landed at Waterkloof Air Base on the morning of the 30 April 2013, and all senior officials involved have been engaged. Now, the preliminary report has revealed the need to probe the circumstances under which the clearances for the aircraft to land were secured. The department takes this matter in a very serious light, and accordingly, the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation has taken a decision to place the Chief of State Protocol, Ambassador Koloane, on compulsory leave with immediate effect to allow the department to get to the bottom of this matter, and he has been duly informed. The internal investigation is to start with immediate effect with other state organs. Now, we also want to categorically state that no executive authority was granted, either by DECO or the presidency or defense, for this civilian aircraft to land at Waterkloof Air Base. However, it's very clear in the preliminary report that flight clearances were secured with the involvement of some government officials, hence the decision to place Ambassador Koloane on special leave.
As far as the problem that now comes out with regards to the security of the country, I suppose it has now moved forward in this story. We know that the aircraft landed at Waterkloof. The questions now being asked is what's going to be done about the country's points of entry as far as security is concerned?
Well, if you listen to what I've just been saying, it's not like the military people were taken by surprise when the aircraft landed. Flight clearances were secured. So we can assure the country that this country is safe. There is no confusion about the fact that the military people were taken by surprise when the flight landed. It's very clear in the report that we have that flight clearances were secured, and that's the subject of the investigation. How were these flight clearances secured? Who did what? How? The involvement of these officials that the report shows us is what is going to be the subject of the investigation, so that those who have flouted rules, policies, regulations shall be dealt with in terms of the law, and hence the decision to place people on suspension.
I imagine then that the investigation is also going to look, Mr. Monyela, at not just the landing of the aircraft, but the fact that VIP protection was used, the police was used, and it looks like traffic officials were used as well. Does the investigation look into that as well?
It will be a comprehensive investigation. It will probe all the elements of how this visit was handled. And as I said, all those who shall be found to have flouted the rules, policies, and regulations of government will be dealt with in terms of the law. However, we need to emphasize that there was no executive instruction or authority that was given for this to happen. It is merely officials who we want to find out how do they secure the clearances of this thing to land when there was no executive authority granted.
Your response this morning, Mr. Monyela, to the SARS investigation into Gupta's and wedding gifts brought in illegally, is that something you're looking at as well? I know you are talking about all-inclusive, but SARS often talk about being independent. Are you dealing with them?
Well, SARS has issued a statement that they will be investigating why the custom officials were not there when this was happening. They've also clarified that this is not a commercial airport, and therefore their officials are not always there, but they are normally notified when there is an aircraft and they need to clear people through customs. So all of these aspects that are in question now are the subject of this investigation.
Is DECO talking to the Defense Department?
Government is talking to itself. All departments involved are talking to one another and meeting on a daily basis to make sure that the investigation covers all elements that have to be probed.
All right, Mr. Monyela, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for the information that you've given us this morning. International Relations Spokesperson Clayson Monyela, confirming to us that the Chief of State Protocol, this is Ambassador Bruce Koloane, has been suspended immediately following a report on the Waterkloof Air Force Base incident.
News that moves. eNCA.com.